Hey there, it's Tammy Goolsby with Team Goolsby Real Estate, and I often get asked, what's the best platform for me to use to search for a home? So the best platform to use is a real estate agent. A real estate agent can put the specifics that you are looking for into the search engine and then make sure you get an update every time something comes on the market, and you'll be one of the first to know. So that's the most ideal. But if you're really an independent shopper, you want to do things on your own, and you want to know the platform that's going to work best for you, there's several that I can recommend depending on what stage you're going through. So the first one I would recommend if you're in the very early stages of shopping for a home would be Zillow. Zillow is great for discovery and reach. There's massive inventory. There's even for sale by owners. You'll see foreclosures on there. That's not always the case. Sometimes it's just people in default, and so it's not truly ready for foreclosure. So as you're ready to narrow in and get specific, you'll want to go with a realtor number one. But if you're independent, there's another way too, and we will get to that. They have high inventory, and they're just great for early stages of window shopping in the market. And of course, there's the Zestimate. The Zestimate can be somewhat accurate at times, and it can be completely off. There's the folklore out there that says the owner of Zillow sold his home for $3 or $4 million under what the Zestimate was. So I have found at times it's like right on, and other times it's hundreds of thousands of dollars off. So if you want to know the value of your home, a real estate professional is ideal. That's the way to go, no doubt about it. And you know what? That's what we do. If you're just kind of kicking the tires and checking things out and not sure if you're ready or not, but you'd like to know what your home is worth, reach out to us. I am happy to come meet with you, or someone on my team to come meet with you, take a look at your home, give you an idea what I think it's worth. Even if it's not something you ever move forward with, or maybe it's something you move forward with a year or two down the road, I'm going to be here. I'm still going to be in business, and I'm happy to help you. It's all about relationships in my business. Not every realtor is this way. A lot of people are one-time close type realtors, but I am all about, hey, we are working with probably the highest asset you have, the most expensive asset you have. So I want to make sure you want to work with me. I want to work with you. We feel comfortable with each other. So I would definitely not turn my eye to wanting to help you out any way to discover the value of your home. It's something I can do from a desk. And then if you're really specific and like, hey, Tammy, I'm ready to put on the market, I really want to know, I can come check your home out, or I can do it by video. So those are some options to know home value if you're thinking about selling. But if you're in the early stages of shopping, Zillow is probably where it's at. And then the second one I would recommend is Realtor.com. Realtor.com is my personal favorite. It feeds directly from the MLS. If a home is sold or goes pending, it's going to be the first one to give you a notification or to have the information most accurate. I know sometimes which platform we use depends on how our brain thinks. So some of them have maps of areas and people like to see the maps. Others, the way they're categorized by price really works for them, or by city. So it really depends on how your brain works. I'm a huge Realtor.com person, even in the early stages of searching. But my husband, he really likes Zillow. He likes the way their maps work and function. So, but he does know when it comes into honing down for accuracy, he's going to go with Realtor.com. And as a real estate agent, why would I be using these platforms? I use those platforms when I'm shopping in a state that I'm not licensed in. So other than that, go directly through a realtor. That's the best way to do it. And those are in the early stages. Even myself being a realtor, when I purchase or sell out of state, I use a licensed real estate agent. It's the way to go. It's the way to safeguard yourself, particularly in California, against legal issues. But it's just also important to know exactly what's out there. It's the best way to have your real estate agent in contact with the other realtor. The communication is by far superior in those cases. So number 3 would be Redfin. Redfin is an excellent market analysis, and it's an integrated tool to book tours instantly. So if you don't have a realtor, I highly do not recommend this. Let me teach you a little bit how that works. When you go online and you push to book something, I want to book a tour, You are getting realtors that paid in for leads, and I did that for years when I built my business. But as far as, I'm not saying they're not all skilled, because there are realtors that purchase leads that are very, very skilled, but you're getting the luck of the draw when you do that. And basically what Realtor.com, Redfin, and Zillow are doing is they're shooting a text out to all these realtors with all your information and asking them to reply to you as quickly as possible to get the booking appointment, which is great if you're not working with somebody and you're kind of open to get to know people. But with the new laws passed with NAR, you're going to have to sign a buyer broker agreement in order to see a home, which is committing to pay the realtor that shows you that home a real estate commission. So if you're happy to commit to that, that's great. But I think there's better ways to find a great agent. In fact, if you want to reach out to me, even if you're not looking in my area, I can help you find an agent nationwide. And it's a service I'm happy to give my clients, even strangers. Just reach out to me. I would love to help you find a great agent nationwide. Sometimes they even give me a referral fee or pay me a little something, and that's great. But if not, that's okay. I want you to be in good hands no matter where you're at. It's all about relationships, and if I can help you somewhere down the road, it's going to pay off. You're going to have a friend that's ready to sell a home in our area or purchase a home, and you're going to refer me. And if not, I just get to meet you, and I will enjoy that transaction as it is. Anyone on our team is happy to do that for you. Often Redfin is more accurate for home estimate values. So if you go into search engines and want to find out, which is the most accurate for home values, Redfin seems to be the most accurate. However, again, the best way to find out your home's value is to get a real estate professional helping you out. So for serious buyers, Realtor.com, because it's an official portal to the National Association of Realtors, and it has the most direct link to the MLS, the multiple listing service. The key advantage is it minimizes phantom listings, so listings that aren't even really out there. The problem where you might find a dream home and then find out that it was on the app, but it's truly not available. So again, Realtor.com is going to have the most accuracy. For neighborhood searches, Trulia, I recommend Trulia. It's owned by Zillow. Trulia uses the named listing data, or the same listing data, but it layers it into lifestyle maps. So again, sometimes people, just because of the way their brain works, it's more user-friendly to them. The key advantage to Trulia is it excels at showing you crime heat maps. It has great school ratings on there. It talks about what the neighbors say in surveys, so it's good at giving you a good community feel overall. There's also a few others that are lesser known, but for rentals, if you're looking to, where do I search for rentals? I like apartments.com. Zillow, while Zillow has been a strong in the rental market and the rental sector, apartment.com remains the gold standard for dedicated rental searches, specifically for multifamily complexes. So that's a great one. A key advantage in apartments.com is its commute finder. So it's a tool that's particularly robust, and it allows you to filter listings based on how long it takes to bike or drive to an office. So that's pretty amazing. Many users now use homes.com as a cleaner alternative. Since its acquisition by CoStar, it's been focused on high definition experience, which has better photography, fewer intrusive ads compared to the older platforms. So hopefully that helps you a ton. There's also a few little tips I could give you when it comes to the real estate market and purchasing. For home buyers, I think it's super important to decide, can I afford this? What price range do I want to look in? And filter those things out. Don't sit there looking at a bunch of homes that you're not going to actually be able to afford. That can just be crushing. So get an idea, go to your lender, find out exactly how much you can afford. If you need some referrals for lenders, I would be happy to do that for you and send you some. I work with some amazing lenders. Phil and I pretty much work with the same lenders. We like the same ones. Now Tracy, she has a different lender that she loves and works with. So depending on who you're working with our team, or you can ask all of us and interview them all. But you want to know your price range. You want to know exactly what you should be looking at so that you're not doing drive-bys and checking things out and then having your heart broke when you find out what you actually can afford. So I would start with that. Get your financing figured out, find out how much you have available for a down payment, what type of loan you're gonna have. Do you qualify for an FHA loan? Do you have a VA loan? Can you go conventional? How much of a down payment's gonna get your payments where you want them to be? So what your total monthly costs are, what will they actually be, including, so my payment for the home, my interest, my taxes, my insurance, am I gonna have to pay PMI, which is property mortgage insurance? So all those are key factors in helping to decide what you need for a home. And then timing the market. Is now a good time to buy? Is now a good time to sell? And a experienced real estate agent is prime in that. I'm not talking about, your cousin's daughter that just got her license and wants to try it out. I'm talking about somebody that's done, hundreds and hundreds of home sales. Definitely somebody that's sold and bought more homes than you have. If they're on a team, they're a new agent on a team and they have help by a professional, I'm all about that. That's okay, until they kind of get a good idea of how the real estate market runs and works. But experience matters in this business, and you want somebody who's extremely skilled in your area. That's a bonus. If they're skilled in the particular area you're looking in, I highly recommend it. And then how do I maximize what I'm getting for my own home without overpricing it, making sure it sells in a reasonable amount of time? Those are all things we'd love to help you out with. And that's a video for another day, but I hope this has been helpful to you. My name is Tammy Goolsby. My team is Team Goolsby Real Estate, and two of my highest producing agents are Philip Goolsby and Tracy Peterson. You can reach us at 209-332-0250, and you can reach me directly at 209-332-0118. And you can find us on the internet at teamgoolsbyrealestate.com. Thanks so much and have a wonderful day.